Hi, Faye. Sorry to bug you right after check-in, but I just wanted to follow up on the participation fee for today's class picnic. I still haven't received your share.
OMG, seriously? You're messaging about that now? We literally just unloaded the cooler. Can't it wait until we're roasting marshmallows or something?
I get that the timing's not perfect, but I've already covered everyone's portion up front. I messaged the group a few days ago asking for reimbursement before the picnic started, and out of the entire group, you're the only one who hasn't paid me back yet.
Me? No way. I totally told you I'd handle it during the trip, didn't I? Like, I swear I said that. Or dreamed it. Same thing, right?
You definitely didn't dream it. I remember you said it yesterday at school pickup. You literally walked up to me and said, "Don't worry, I'll bring the money with me and pay you back the day of the picnic." Jamie and Tara were standing right next to us, so they'll remember it too.
Oh, that. Yeah, sure. Maybe I did say something like that. Gosh, I have so many conversations with people. I can't keep track anymore. Brain fog from the stress, you know.
Yeah, it has been pretty stressful lately. It's the end of the school year, summer vacation's about to start. I get it. I just want to confirm when exactly that's going to happen.
Yeah, about that. So I kind of only brought cash for snacks and maybe an emergency latte. We're in serious essentials only mode right now.
Faye, I specifically said I needed everyone's share 2 days before the trip. I planned the group reservation fee, the shelter rental, even the catering deposit. I was willing to make an exception in your case because I thought I could count on you to pay me back like you said you would.
And I deeply appreciate your generosity. Honestly, it's so brave of you to take that on. Not everyone would front that kind of money without blinking. You're like the MVP of the PTA, you know?
Faye, this isn't about praise. It's about paying your share.
Look, I didn't not plan to pay. It's just, with the economy and my husband's whole salary crash and burn thing, we've been basically living on vibes. I figured I could just make up for it after the weekend. It's not like I'm going to vanish into the woods or anything.
I don't really appreciate that. This isn't funny.
Relax. I swear you'll get your money. Cross my heart. Pinky promise. Whatever you need. I'm good for it. Always have been.
We'll talk after the picnic. I expect this settled.
Totally. Let's just enjoy the lovely day, okay? No need to get all finance department on me.
Hey, Faye, it's time to stop dodging this. The picnic's over and you still haven't paid me back. I've waited more than long enough.
Wait, hold up. Weren't you covering it? I thought you said something about helping us out and taking care of it for us. Like, when I told you about our financial situation, you kind of implied that I didn't need to worry about it anymore. Or was I imagining that?
No, you were definitely imagining it. I never said one single word about paying it for you. I said I fronted the cost for everyone and expected each family to pay their share before the picnic. That was made crystal clear in the group chat on multiple occasions.
Wow, okay, so now I'm just the poor mom getting dragged in front of the class. I told you things were hard with my husband's salary getting cut, and now you're turning that into some kind of moral failing?
This isn't about your finances, it's about commitment. You knew exactly what this event would cost. If you were struggling, why push so hard to be there?
Because everyone else was going. You think I wanted my kid to be the only one left behind?
Faye, you weren't even invited. You overheard us planning at Mimi's and forced your way in. So I'm not going to let you rewrite history. Let's take a moment and just be honest about what happened. You weren't part of the original planning group. The moms and I were meeting at Mimi's to finalize everything. You happened to walk by and saw us talking, then came straight over to the table and sat right down.
Oh my God, is that a crime now? I saw people I knew and said hi. Didn't realize friendship had a guest list.
You didn't just say hi. You sat down uninvited and immediately started asking what we were trying to hide. When we explained we were planning a picnic and it would cost a bit because of the park rental, food coordination, and shared gear, you got loud and accused us of excluding you on purpose.
Because you were. You all looked at each other like I didn't belong there. And yeah, I got upset because it hurt.
You guilt-tripped everyone into letting you come, and when we reminded you of the cost, you stood up and said, "I'll pay for me and my kid. That's not a problem."
Okay, sure. Maybe I said that. It was a stressful week.
It's not just this once. You always say, "I'll pay later," and then you vanish. You've made it a habit, and we're done enabling it. Did you know that we've built an entire meme culture around you, Faye? None of us use the term eat and run anymore. We call it eat now, Faye later. Because every single time there's a group expense, you say you'll pay later and then just never do.
Excuse me? That's practically slander. That makes me sound like a scam artist or some kind of low-level con woman. I can't believe you'd repeat that.
I didn't make it up, Faye. It's just how people really think about you. Remember when you didn't pay your share at Lily's birthday lunch? Or when we all went out for coffee after the school cleanup? Or the bus fee from the field trip? You always smile and say, "I'll Venmo you tonight," and then conveniently disappear.
That's not fair. A few of those times people offered to treat me. Out of pity, probably. I never asked for it.
No one has ever offered to pay for you. In fact, at least 2 moms told me they started asking you to sign IOU notes just to have something on paper because they're tired of waiting and being polite about it.
Wow, okay, you want to throw it all in my face like that? Fine, I'll pay. I'll pay the whole damn thing after my husband's paycheck hits next week.
Good. I've already put together the full invoice. Want to see it? Since you asked, the total comes out to $5,000. That includes your portion of the picnic and the reimbursements the PTA had to issue after all the complaints we got about you.
What? You can't be serious. $5,000? Are you out of your mind? What is this, some kind of scam? You think I walked out of there with a hot tub?
You might want to sit down before calling it a scam. The biggest chunk isn't from your share of the picnic costs. It's from the camping gear and food you helped yourself to, none of which belonged to you.
Wait, what are you even talking about? I didn't steal anything. I grabbed a few extra cupcakes and borrowed a chair while the kids were at the lake. That's not theft.
You took a full dessert tray labeled with someone else's name, you emptied a cooler that wasn't yours, and the Millers reported their folding chairs missing after the picnic, the same ones you were seen packing into your car.
This is ridiculous. A few snacks and a borrowed chair don't cost thousands.
Some of that food was premium-grade meat. Those desserts were homemade for a group. And the biggest chunk of that actually was a single bottle of wine that you took from another group's cooler and then drank it all by yourself. They reported it to the PTA, and we decided to foot the bill temporarily to avoid causing a public controversy. You should be thanking your lucky stars this stayed private.
All right, well, if you're going to be such a jerk about this, then fine, I'll pay your stupid little extortion money. I'll get the money to you in the next couple of weeks. Promise.
No more promises, Faye. I have heard next week too many times. The PTA's already covered the damages for you. Now it's time for you to cover them back. We need the money. Now.
Okay. You're really not letting up, are you? I said I'd pay, and I will. I just need a little time to move things around. My husband gets paid at the end of the week, and once that hits, we'll have the funds. Just come to my house Monday, and I'll hand it to you directly. In cash. All of it. No more back and forth.
Are you actually serious this time? Because if I show up and you pull another stunt, I am not the one you'll have to deal with. Without getting into specifics, let's just say that it would be the worst decision you've ever made to stand me up again.
I'm serious, dead serious. I'll even text you my address again to be sure. Monday, you come over, I hand you the envelope, and this whole mess goes away. Cool?
Fine, I'll be there Monday. Let's hope for your sake that you actually mean it this time.
Are you kidding me right now? I just went to your house and your neighbor says you moved out yesterday. What the hell is going on, Faye? Oh, that. Yeah, we ended up moving a little sooner than expected. Total chaos. I meant to let you know, but, life.
You looked me in the face and told me to come by today. You said you'd have the money ready. You planned this all out, didn't you?
Relax. It's not like I faked my death or something. Things just happened fast. New job for my husband, fresh start for the family. I barely had time to pack, let alone write goodbye notes.
What about the $5,000 you owe?
Oh, right, that. Yeah, since we moved, I guess I can't really pay you anymore. Super inconvenient, huh?
You can wire it, transfer it, mail a damn check. Don't even pretend like you're out of options.
Actually, I think I'll just count it as a farewell gift from everyone. That saves you time chasing me down, and I get to focus on our new chapter. So efficient, right?
You're unbelievable. You conned me. You conned all of us.
Oh, let's not be so dramatic. Conning is such a stretch. I'd call it creative exit strategy. Either way, I'm out, so bye.
You think you're walking away from this? You think I'm going to just let this slide?
Mallory, sweetie, you really should learn how to let things go. You'll get wrinkles.
No, you'll get consequences. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Mallory, what is wrong with you? You actually sent a $5,000 invoice to my husband's new office? How did you even get that address? Are you seriously stalking us now?
No, I'm not stalking you. You're the one who ran off without paying a cent of what you owed. I'm just making sure someone finally holds you responsible.
We moved because of my husband's transfer. I told you that. Why are you acting like I faked it just to ditch a bill?
Because you said you'd pay, then you vanished. And by the way, I go out of my way to track down his new workplace. I didn't need to.
So what then? Did you talk to him? Did something happen between you two? Wait. Oh my God! Are you sleeping with my husband?
Oh my God, no, don't be ridiculous. I wouldn't touch your husband with a 10-foot pole. But clearly you know absolutely nothing about where he works.
What does that even mean?
It means the president of his company and the one who signed off on forwarding that notice is my father.
Wait, what?
You heard me. My father runs the company your husband works for.
No one told me that. There's no way.
Not everything needs to be announced. But actually talking to your husband about his work might have saved you from underestimating who you were messing with.
So you're saying this whole time you've just been sitting there watching me screw myself?
Pretty much, and I wasn't the only one. You remember Haley, don't you? Haley Miller?
What about her?
She's the sales manager at my father's company, which means she was your husband's direct supervisor until the transfer.
You've got to be kidding me. That can't be real.
It's very real. She filed the original complaint in her professional capacity after you helped yourself to her chairs and food at the picnic. HR had to get involved, quietly.
No one said a word to me. Why wouldn't someone warn me?
Because no one trusted you not to spin it into more drama. You already faked innocence when you knew you were in the wrong.
So what now? You're going to keep rubbing it in?
No, I'm just telling you the facts. That invoice, it wasn't some revenge letter. It was drafted by a lawyer, approved by HR, and handed off through official channels.
I can't believe you're actually involved the company in this.
I didn't have to. The PTA did. I just made sure it landed where it needed to.
So, is he paying it?
Yes, your husband called, and he said he would pay the full $5,000. He apologized for the situation and for your overall unacceptable behavior, and said he wants to make things right.
He talked to you?
He did, and he also mentioned he's considering divorce. He said this whole thing was the last straw.
What? He said that to you? Divorce?
You'll have to ask him if you want to know more. It's not my business what happens in your marriage, but yes, he sounded serious.
But I can't talk to him now. He left. He walked out with our kids this morning. Didn't even say anything, just packed a bag and left. We haven't even unpacked everything in our new place yet.
I guess he didn't see the point.
You don't get it. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just didn't want to be humiliated. I was going to pay, eventually.
Eventually doesn't cut it anymore. You crossed a line.
Please, can't we just talk this through?
We already did. Goodbye, Faye.
No, don't do this. You can't just ignore me now. Mallory, are you seriously not going to answer?
Faye's husband ended up filing for divorce not long after the invoice landed on his desk. He took full custody of their kids, and from what I hear, it wasn't a hard case to make. Stories started surfacing left and right after that, overnight absences, babysitting dumped on neighbors, and most telling, a suspicious drain on their savings that traced back to dates with someone who definitely wasn't her husband. The court didn't go easy on her. Between the $5,000 she still owed the PTA, the alimony, and the damages, she's now neck-deep in debt. She's working it off from a rural town somewhere, living with extended family. I won't lie, part of me wondered if she'd ghost again, but she hasn't. The PTA gets regular payments now, small but steady. I guess even someone like Faye can recognize when the game's finally over. I'm just glad that for the first time, she's paying her dues the honest way.
Joey, I've figured that I'm not going to be able to marry you after all. I don't want to.
What? Nora, what's going on here?
I've started to hate you. Therefore, I can't marry you now. This is the end of you and I being engaged to one another.
I was wondering why you were texting me at this time of night, and this is what you had to say to me? Just because you've started to hate me for some unknown reason, me and the rest of those around us aren't going to see that as a good enough excuse for us to break up now.
Well, it's not my fault that I've started to hate you though, right?
Can you explain to me why you've started to hate me of all people?
Perhaps it has something to do with the fact that you want to know every little thing.
You hate me because I ask you too many questions or something?
That's right. Now you understand why I hate you. That's the end of this conversation. I'm not going back to my parents' house, nor am I ever coming back here. So I'm taking all my things and leaving.
What the heck is going on here, Nora? Where will you ever go then?
I'm not coming back to you again, so I don't have to tell you where I'll be going. I don't even want to see you anymore. So there you go. Goodbye forever.
Hey, Nora! Curtis, there's a change of plans.
What? What's up, Joey?
I just went and called Nora's parents, and they told me that she hasn't gone back to their place.
What?
I was already talking with her parents about what happened to her, but they told me they've heard and seen nothing. This was right after she told me things were off and that she'd no longer be marrying me. She told me she hated me and everything, so this isn't looking good for you.
Oh no. Are you serious right now?
I think she might be going to your apartment right now, Curtis. I know this might not be the best of times, but you need to make a run for it before she gets there.
No freaking way!
Really? You're ready for all of this, right?
Yeah, I planned to be out of here in the morning, so I already got my things packed up. Just a suitcase and a duffel bag.
Then I think it's time you take both those things and get out of there. I'm not sure where you can stay for the night, but maybe a hotel outside of town is your best bet.
Sounds good. I'll see what I can do tonight.
Hey, Joey. I'm going to give you a chance. A chance to get back together with me. If you can guess the correct location of where I'm at right now, then you and I can get back together. You still want to get married to me, right? If you can guess where I'm at and come find me, then I'll let you take my hand. Good luck thinking of that answer, alright?
Curtis, how have things been since you left your apartment? Have you been able to calm down a little?
Hey, Joey. I've finally gotten the rest of my things now, so I'm feeling a little bit better about everything. I never thought that being freelance would give me this kind of freedom, though.
Well, as long as you were able to get away from Nora without having to sacrifice anything but time, then you're set.
I really made you worry a bit, huh?
No, I'm the one that got you all worked up. I never thought that after just one small visit to your place, Nora would become such a stalker.
Well, I'm sure to you she didn't seem like the type, but the moment I met her, I could imagine that kind of behavior.
Well, at least you noticed it right off the bat.
By the way, I got a call from that apartment's landlord.
And?
He told me that about 10 minutes after I left my room and got out of there, a young woman carrying plenty of bags showed up and went to my room. She was ringing the doorbell over and over again while screaming to be let in. That all caused a lot of problems for the rest of the tenants as well, and they began to call and text my landlord about it, asking for him to do something.
That's too bad.
He was asking me if I knew who she was, and I told him her name in case he wanted to ban her from that apartment building's premise. He told me that in order to get her off the premises that night, he had to tell her that the person living in that apartment had already moved out and that the lease was up. She ended up getting really upset and left the moment he brought that up. Is that right? The fact that that all happened just 10 minutes after you left? That was a very, very close call then. Seriously. When the landlord told me that, all the hair on my back sprung up and I got a bit of a cold sweat. Well, at least you escaped her. I should probably get to bed here soon. I have an early morning tomorrow. I'll talk to you again soon. All right. See you later, Joey.
Hey, have you still not been able to give me an answer to the chance I'm giving you? If you don't find me soon, then you won't be able to marry me, alright? If you don't want me to hate you anymore, then hurry up and come find me. I don't want you to know that every day you waste is more and more of my love for you leaving me. You want to be my husband, right? So hurry it up. Hey, listen to me, Joey. You are still trying to find where I'm at, right? What do you need? A hint or something like that? Well, I guess I shouldn't expect the world out of you, especially when it seems every place you've gone to so far, looking for me has not been where I'm currently at. Ugh, I guess I'll have to give you a hint then, huh? So this one time, I'll give you a hint. Right now, I'm staying at the tallest hotel in this town. That is also right near the train station. In other words, I've been living here for a few weeks. And if you're now aware of what place I'm at, then come here with money to pay for my stay. That's your penalty for not being able to find me without that hint.
Curtis? Your girlfriend's last day of work was yesterday, and you two should be heading out of the country this weekend, right?
Hey, Joey. It seems that she's already been staying at a hotel close to the airport, getting ready for her flight out. But the fact that I've had to be over here this long already without her has been so lonely.
Well, I'm not going to do anything until your girlfriend has made it over there to you. I'm sure nothing can happen now, considering it's almost the weekend, but I just want to make sure that you're not worried about Nora anymore.
Thanks for that. As long as you take care of things after my girlfriend's over here, everything'll be just fine.
I'll get in touch with you again once I start to act.
Sorry for leaving you with all that, and thank you for all of this.
Joey, would you get yourself together already? Why have you still not answered me with anything and come here yet? I've been reading all my messages, yet not a single answer from you. I haven't even gotten a response yet from you saying that you've been thinking about me and looking. Stop freaking ignoring me, you jerk. There's no way you've been ghosting your fiancé for a whole month now.
What?
I don't have any more money left.
You don't have any money left?
I had to start paying for this hotel room. I've been staying at this hotel right next to Station A. I've been here for almost a month.
I know that.
What?
Ever since you told me that us being a thing was over with, you've been staying in that hotel, right?
So you knew I was here the whole time?
Yeah. I asked someone to go out looking for where you went, and they said you started to stay long-term in that hotel.
Then why did you come get me weeks ago?
Well, to be frank, it was to make sure I could buy some time.
What do you mean?
In order to protect both Curtis and Curtis's girlfriend from you.
What? You're doing that to protect Curtis and I.
What are you going on about? Curtis isn't going out with you right now.
What? But you told me before that there was this special woman that Curtis was looking forward to proposing to, right? He was looking forward to me, right?
Why would you think that?
This all starts back when you brought me out to go and meet him for a bit. But back when that happened, his eyes met mine for a second, and that's when I knew him and I were in love. And then a few days after that, you were telling me about how we was planning to propose to a special woman, right? At that point in time, I knew for a fact that he was ready to marry me. And that moment, when his eyes and mine met, that was proof of that. Yet, after going through all of that hard work of telling you to go away and that I was no longer your fiancé, you ran off. You ran off to somewhere that I couldn't find.
I was the one that told him to run.
Uh-huh.
He and I had been talking for a little while about how you were trying to stalk him. And well, the first time he brought things up, he also told me that he was planning to get married to his now fiancée, who he's been with since high school. Then they would move overseas where he could work freelance and enjoy a new culture.
What? Since high school? Moving overseas? Uh-huh.
Curtis is a freelance coder, so he can travel anywhere in this world and still keep his job. That's why he'd been planning on going overseas and living abroad for a while. He then told me about how he wanted to take his girlfriend, his fiancée actually, with him, and they could live together overseas.
What?
I'm sure that explanation has helped you understand that you are nothing to Curtis. Not his lover, not his girlfriend, not his fiancée. At first, I was never thinking I'd have to explain any of this to you, but when you started to try stalking him, I had to think of a way to convince you that you'd never be able to get him.
What?
But I had to also make sure to keep a lot of things hidden from you until they were both in a safe place, or else you might still try and go after him. Since him and his fiancée are now long gone, I think I can pretty much tell you everything. That woman that Curtis is planning to marry is your little sister.
Huh? My little sister, Kelsey?
I was just as shocked when I found that out. I wasn't as shocked, though, by the fact that the person Curtis has been going out with is your little sister. What really did me in was the fact that you had a little sister this whole time, even though you always told me you were an only child. While you'd been out of my hair this whole month, I was talking with your grandpa about everything, and that's when I finally learned what all went down.
What did he tell you?
He told me about how you and your little sister grew up in very different environments.
What?
You had always been adored by both your parents, and because of them always spoiling you, you turned into a very self-centered jerk. In order for your little sister to escape that very toxic environment you and your parents created, right after graduating from high school, she left the house. And ever since then, you've never heard a thing from her, and that's why you always like to think you were an only child. And even with me, you said that you never had any siblings, which is strange considering I was about to marry you and you could tell me the truth.
Well, I didn't want to talk about her.
I'm not really sure what all has happened in her life, but the fact that you thought it was okay to never tell your own fiancé about how you've had a little sister this whole time is disappointing. I honestly find it pretty unacceptable.
That's because...
I don't care to listen to your excuses now.
But Joey...
Just like you were hoping for, you and I are no longer getting married.
Wait, what? You're joking, right? If you're upset at me for saying that I started to hate you, you can just go ahead and forget all about that. I mean, actually, all of that was just a misunderstanding on my part, because I had thought Curtis was in love with me. You could just act like all of this never happened, alright?
There are a lot of things I'd really like to say about all of that. But at this point, it would be a waste of my time and energy.
What? Huh?
The only thing I can really say now is this. Am I a freaking joke to you or something? You actually think I want to get back together with you after you said you hated me and left me over a misunderstanding? The only misunderstanding here was of you.
Of me? You're talking about me?
The fact that you went and did all of that and still don't seem to feel apologetic about it is scary to me.
But, Joey...
Now that I've said that, it's over. And as for things like the money I paid for your engagement ring and the wedding prep, I'll get it all back from your parents.
What?
But you'll have to have a talk with them now on how to pay them both back.
Joey, wait.
Oh, one other thing. This is about you saying you hated me.
All right. You could just act as though I never said that. I actually really want you back right now.
I really hate you as well, Nora.
What?
You sure did get me there saying you hated me out of nowhere. I never once thought you had that feeling about me inside you. I think from now on I'm gonna be a bit more careful when it comes to being with a woman. You guys are all really good at hiding your feelings, and I need to be aware of that.
You hate me?
Well, that was everything I needed to let you know about.
Huh?
That's it from me.
Wait. What about the hotel costs? Hey! I seriously cannot pay for all the nights I stayed here. Help me out, please!
That whole month of having to think about what Nora would say next and making sure that Curtis and his fiancée were safe was pretty tough on my nerves. But in the end, we all came to a safe conclusion where nobody had to get hurt, besides Nora herself. After talking to her, Nora started begging her parents to come and help her pay for the hotel. At this point in time, they had already been pretty skeptical of her because of what I had said happened. And for the past month, they didn't know where she went. But once she had told them her location and the reason why she was staying here for that long, they came to pay off the remainder of the bill and take her home. The total bill for all of that was around $7,000, which Nora was only able to pay $500 of. Nora has always loved staying at places that look really expensive on the outside, and so the place she chose did not stray far from that. After having realized how much they'd messed up in raising Nora, since they both had to pay for her hotel stay and both the engagement ring and wedding I had got, they sent her away to live with her very strict grandpa. There, she was forced to work 80 hours a week, making back all the money she owed her parents, while also relearning everything the proper way from her grandpa. I've heard that so far things have been like hell for her there. But she has nowhere left to run now, so she's just gonna have to spend this part of her life complaining about the life she's living while having all the wrongs in her character corrected. And as for what's happened with Curtis and his fiancée, they're both living in Thailand now, where they just announced their wedding date, which I'll be going to. And did I mention that I work freelance as well? Because I'm thinking of staying there for a couple of months with them so that I can get a very deep breath of fresh air. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.